For my final project, I decided to focus on an online community that unites around Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign. The community is located on a large forum website called Reddit. Reddit hosts thousands of subforums called subreddits. The Donald Trump community I have uncovered is located in a subreddit named the_Donald. When entering the subreddit, the first place one should visit is the sidebar. The sidebar contains a brief introduction to the subreddit, explaining that it is, in fact, a serious subforum, also considering itself the closest thing to an official campaign subreddit for Donald Trump. Also located on the sidebar is a list of links to recent AMAs of notable people in the political sphere who are popular on the subreddit. The rules are located in the sidebar. The first four are fairly simple. No spamming, trolling, racism or anti-Semitism, or releasing of personal information. I would, however, like to point out that users are allowed to be Islamophobic. Rule number 5 states that there should be no vote manipulation or brigading. This means that members of the subreddit are not allowed to go to rival subreddits to post or vote in an organized mass. Users of the subreddit pride themselves on this rule because they believe that they are taking the moral high ground, unlike their counterparts in r/Sanders for president. There are no Bernie supporters or social justice warriors allowed. Users are not allowed to post or brag about getting banned from other subreddits unless the subreddit is r/conservative, who are considered to be too pro-establishment. Rule number 8 is no concern trolling, which means that users are not allowed to speak out against anything other users, mods, or Donald himself says. The moderators have justified this rule by saying that it is important for the community to stay united due to the frequent brigading done by other subreddits that aim at breaking the community apart. Two other important tabs in the sidebar include the Resources tab and the Policy Papers and Position tab. In the Resources tab, there are links that are aimed at helping the users. For example, one of the links is a cheat sheet on how to debate against the anti-Trump demographic. The Policy Papers and Position tab is important because it lays out the principles on which the campaign is designed around. The next place one should visit is the Wiki. The Wiki aims at informing new users on Trump's platform and also answers frequently asked questions. The users of the subreddit call themselves centipedes, which they describe as a nimble navigator. You are able to see how many centipedes are subscribed and how many are active on the subreddit in the sidebar. This is derived from a popular fan-made YouTube video, which actually was retweeted by Donald himself.
Despite its impressive length, it's a nimble navigator, and some can be highly venomous.
All I'm doing is telling the truth.
Just like the tarantula it's killing, the centipede has 2 curved, hollow fangs, which inject paralyzing venom. This centipede is a predator.
I think you heard me. You're having a hard time tonight.
Although it is not a rule, users of the subreddit tend to communicate using Donald Trump's voice in their writing. Donald Trump is considered a very controversial subreddit in the eyes of many, which leaves the subreddit vulnerable to mass downvoting and other brigade tactics. The users combat this by exemplifying high energy. The users are extremely active, ranking number 2 on the entire website for activity, while simultaneously holding the position of 374 for subreddit size. You do not have to be involved with the political side of Reddit to see that r/the Donald brings a lot of controversy. Simply go to r/all, which contains all posts on Reddit, and sort by controversial, and you will think you're back on r/the Donald. Controversial means that the post has received a mass amount of conflicting votes, and the score reflects the difference. The subreddit also has its share of heroes and villains, the heroes being Milo Yiannopoulos, all people of the Trump campaign, and many other pro-Trump writers, such as Ann Couture. Members of the media who are at the very least not biased, such as Hannity and Bill Maher, also get a nod in the subreddit. The villains of the subreddit are Crooked Hillary, Lying Ted, Bernie Sanders, Kasich, George Soros, and obviously Bernie Sanders supporters themselves. They refer to Bernie supporters as Bernie bots or cucks. The Bernie bot is derived from the idea that Bernie Sanders supporters act in a hive mind and just regurgitate information without actually thinking about things for themselves. The word cuck is not used in its normal sense, but to imply that they are beta males. Members of the subreddit feed off being more knowledgeable than their counterparts. They absolutely love to poke holes in the classic criticisms given by the media that imply Trump is a racist or sexist. This kind of stumping in us versus the uneducated mentality is the reason Milo Yiannopoulos is an icon on the subreddit. He is an openly gay male from Europe who is one of the most vocal Trump supporters, which leaves little way for opposition to attack him. The subreddit is also notable for the quantity of shitposts and dank memes. A shitpost is a post that contributes nothing but comedy. These are highly accepted as it is perceived as a high-energy post. Two of the most popular memes on the subreddit are AIDS Skrillex and Carl the Cuck. They were made popular by a YouTube video which depicts their actions at a political rally. A common Carl meme used in the subreddit is using the phrase, "you're a white male," to discredit someone's opinion.
Yes! He wants to deport Mexicans. He wants to make Muslims wear identification.
So he wants to follow the law where it started. What are we doing about ISIS?
ISIS is not as
First
big of
of
a
all, we
threat
have to
as
start
what we
by
all do to each
identifying
other
who they are.
in America. Yes, look at all the fucking.
So then you didn't support the Iraqi war?
No, it sucking.
Neither did Donald Trump.
Remind you of that?
No, explain to me how Trump is like Hitler.
Mass deportion.
The list would be Donald Trump wants
This
to vet.
country was founded on immigration.
That's not racist. That's telling the
You've
truth.
never experienced
That's
oppression
telling
in
the
your
truth.
entire
How do
fucking
you know
life.
that?
Neither have
You
I.
don't know me.
You're fucking a white male.
So?
You're a
You
white
don't
man.
understand. White people.
Visiting the Donald subreddit is great for staying current with the candidate, but it is also a very comical page so everyone can enjoy it. This last meme is the subreddit's favorite because it was tweeted by the madman himself, Donald Trump.